Welcome to the 2011 Teacher of the Year celebration here at New Hope Baptist Church North Campus. This evening we will honor all 29 Teachers of the Year from each of our schools and announce the county winner from our 3 finalists. Our finalists are Keelan Seabolt, Sandy Creek High, Shelley Dowse, McIntosh High, and Amy Goomerson, Fayette Middle. The journey to find our Teacher of the Year began in the fall when our schools selected their own Teachers of the Year. Those teachers were asked to fill out an application explaining why they became a teacher, their teaching philosophies, and outlooks on education. An independent judging panel read and scored each application. The 3 highest scorers became our finalists. The judges conducted classroom observations and interviews with each finalist. The highest scoring finalist will become our 2011 Teacher of the Year. Before we announce the winner, let's take a look at some highlights from the celebration.
Our Teacher of the Year celebration is one of the most important events we have because it's one time during the year where we bring together the county's finest educators to honor them for the important work they do preparing our children to become responsible citizens and contributors to our community and world.
We thank you for showing them the way. We thank you also for being the light when the trail is dark. We thank you also for empowering them to know when to spread their wings and work on their own. And again, thank you for all that you do and have done for the students in this county. We are deeply, as a school board, appreciative of that work and that effort. And with that, I congratulate all of you for being where you are tonight.
Suzanne Strower, Rising Star Middle. Jane Williams, Hood Avenue Primary. Nicole Williams, Robert J. Birch Elementary. Please join me in a round of applause to say a sincere thank you to these educators who are Fayette County's finest.
Congratulations once again to all of our Teacher of the Year finalists. I've been in Fayette County for 4 months. I've had the opportunity to visit every school on several occasions. I've been in a number of classrooms. To be a Teacher of the Year finalist in the school system is very impressive because I can tell you from my experience in only a short period of time, we have some outstanding educators in Fayette County working with our children every single day, and I am very, very proud to be your new superintendent.
Some wise man from the sky, please to tell this little pilgrim where the place called morning lies.
Now is the time everyone has been waiting for. Let's go to Superintendent Dr. Bearden, who will announce this year's winner.
At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the 2011 Teacher of the Year for Fayette County Schools, Amy Goomerson.
It's virtually impossible to thank everyone who has played a part in where I am right this minute. What has been said this evening is very true. You never know where you're going to have an influence on a child, and so many of you who are sitting here have played a role in me being here right this minute. Kay Seabolt hired me. She was my first interview, and I had to play with paper clips on the table to try to teach a math lesson and show that I knew what I was doing. That was easier than this, too. I'd like to first thank my mother. She's out there somewhere. It's dark out there where y'all are. There's a lot of lights up here. But she was my first teacher. My grandparents, Midge and Hewatwood, they're somewhere in that dark too. I remember my first grade teacher, a lady named Miss Ball. That woman was a master of differentiated instruction. I don't think that was a buzzword then, but she had reading groups going and math going on at different parts in the room, and we were well behaved, I think. But in 4th grade, we moved to Fayette County, and this is where I get sentimental, and a lot of you will know the people that I mentioned because they did make a difference. What Dr. Todd said was true, that we've been quality schools for as long as I can remember. I remember in 4th grade, we came in Fayette County, and I went to Fayetteville Elementary. It was Fayetteville Elementary then. And I remember my 4th grade math teacher was a woman named Glenna Ross. She taught us her times tables. In 5th grade, the first teacher that ever asked me, "Do you want to be a teacher when you grow up?" was Carolyn Tollison. She spent tireless amounts of time giving us feedback on things, and it wasn't just good job. She'd tell you, "I really like this sentence here. This is good stuff. You need to do some more of that. Make that sentence a little longer." And from her, I learned it's important to give people feedback. Tell them what they're doing right. Tell those kids that this wasn't right, but this was good. I also remember in 5th grade, I had a woman named Leah Mizuko, and it was evident she had positive energy. Even on days when I'm sure she didn't feel wonderful, she loved her students and she loved her content. And I try my best to show that to my kids too, because they can sense it if you care about them and about what you're teaching them. Then there was middle school. But it wasn't middle school yet. 6th grade then was still in elementary school. And I had a teacher named Betty Priest. And I think I learned the most from her. Because in her classroom, you weren't allowed to talk badly about her to anyone. You were kind. And that's important. It's important to our students now. They're not going to get everything, but they're going to remember that kind word or that unkind word that we say to them. And I had some phenomenal teachers in Fayette County's high schools too. Fayette High was a wonderful place. I loved my English teachers and my math teachers the most, and that's the very subjects I have the most passion for. I'd like to end by thanking my family, both my family from birth and the family that I work with, and I'm going to read this so that I don't mess any of this up. I'll end by thanking my family, both my family from birth and my family from work, my mom and my sister who know my strengths and my weaknesses and love me unconditionally, my grandparents who continually amaze me, my husband and my son Cole, whose very presence remind me of the blessings of God's love, my work family, all you who gave up part of your evening to be here with me. They're going to catch me crying on Channel 24. It is humbling that you would take time from your evening to be here with me, and I cannot thank you enough. But what I really want you to get, and I'm glad I got waterproof mascara. Beyond expressing my thanks, I want everyone in this room to realize what I came to realize when I was writing this speech, and that was painful, is that each and every one of us makes a difference every single day. Whether for good or for bad, in every little thing we do or don't do, we help others or we don't. Ms. Ross never realized when she threw a peanut to me for learning my 9 times tables that I would remember that. Ms. Priest didn't dream that the journal she painstakingly gave feedback would still be with me decades later. And when my mom told me as a high schooler that a dream is just a dream until you put legs on it, she had no way of knowing that those very words would be used in my classroom to students. And so do not underestimate the power that each of you has, that we all have, every single moment with every single student, to make a difference. Don't underestimate that difference, the difference you make in your students' lives and the difference you've made in mine. I can't thank you enough.
Amy, congratulations. You are so deserving of this. So I know this was a very emotional evening for you. Can you just tell me, when you heard your name announced, what was the first few things that went through your mind?
He said my name. He said my name. It was shocking. It really was, because watching their videos too, it was humbling. They're they're just as deserving as I am. They care about their children. They love what they do. They love their subject. It's amazing. And I was speechless. If I didn't have one on paper, I was speechless.
Well, I have another question for you. Of course, tomorrow's a work day, and I'm assuming you're going to be in the classroom.
Those AirTran tickets are sort of tempting.
Well, now, what do you think will be the reaction of your students? And did they say anything to you today? Did they wish you luck, or did they know about tonight?
Some knew, and they asked me, "Are you nervous? Are you nervous?" Yes, horrified. Tomorrow, the kids I work with and the kids at Fayette Middle, they're a sweet group. They're enthusiastic. They'll be as thrilled and as excited, I think, as I am.
Well, I think the whole school is going to be celebrating tomorrow. And again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
There you have it, our 2011 Teacher of the Year, Amy Goomerson. Congratulations, Amy. I want to take this opportunity to thank the many businesses and organizations in the county that helped sponsor this year's event. The celebration you just saw would not have been possible without their support. For Channel 24, I'm Melinda Berry Dreisbach. Thanks for watching.